Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Nia. I'm here with my lovely raccoon trash panda ice princess, Kōri Oujo. So Kōri, I got a couple questions for you today, if you don't mind. My first one for today is, what inspired you to become a VTuber?
Yeah, so hi Neil. I really love HoloLips, and what inspired me to become a VTuber is basically I was already working on creative projects like outside of being a VTuber,
Right.
and I decided that it'd be really cool to be able to bring my creative projects like the music and the visual novel stuff. I'd like to bring that into another medium or another platform because I didn't really have a platform for it before. And
Hmm.
so VTubing gave me that platform to be able to post the creative projects that I was doing. So that's kind of like what inspired me. Outside of that as well, like I used to be in the cosplay community, so I went to conventions a lot, and I just really liked, being a part of that community. And I liked being able to play kind of like as a character. Like I didn't do anything like LARPing, like the live action role playing and stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I did like posing as a character. I liked, the confidence that it gave me. And so when I found out about VTubing, I felt like one, it could be a platform for me to post my creative outlets, but also to be able to play as a character without like doing all my makeup and like doing all the props and stuff.
Right.
So yeah, basically that's what inspired me to get into it. I think what kept me in the VTubing community ultimately is the community. Like I really love
Hmm.
meeting people that are just as passionate about different things like how I am, and being able to connect with people has always been really really great. So I think the community is what has me like hooked and staying in the community right now.
Yeah, that's actually beautiful because it's very rare that you see, especially in our current world, a community that's actually really welcoming and a safe space. And you've been streaming for
Mm.
4 years, right, as a VTuber, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah,
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 four
yeah. four
years.
years.
Yeah, staying in this community for 4 years is already a massive achievement. Especially with the
Yeah.
community that you've built. And again, for a second concert at taiyucon, you had one last year, and having
Mm.
a full house at the concert, which is amazing, by the way. So props to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then my second question for you is, especially even as an artist, do you find it difficult to balance content creation and music production?
Yeah, definitely I do. I think, when I first was doing music, I was doing a lot, like a lot of it on my own. And
Hmm.
I feel like as time has gone on, there hasn't been, it's been harder to find that balance between doing music and content creation. And so ultimately what has happened is that if I do music, I have to have someone else do like the music production side of things or help me with the mixing and
Right.
mastering, because like it's just so much work. Basically it's like 5 or 6 jobs just to get one song done.
Hmm.
And then with content creation it's the same concept, right? Like there's video editing, there's actual like
Hmm.
script writing,
Yep.
or being on stream, and content creation is just like, oh, so many layers to it. And so it is a lot to try to find a balance for. Honestly, I still haven't quite found that balance. I definitely am a workaholic, so
Same. I
I
hear
like
you.
work pretty much all day.
I hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
both content
yeah.
creators.
So
Work life balance sucks. I hear you. I hear you.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. So listen, you're lifting like over 1,000 pound weights, and I'm lifting that, but like mentally and emotionally with the projects that I do.
Well,
So that's me.
if it makes you feel any better, lifting it physically is one thing, but lifting it mentally, especially with things that have happened in your life, makes you stronger than
Mm,
me in a way. Because sometimes I don't think I'm strong enough mentally or emotionally, and especially as a
mm.
VTuber, like you, that alone makes you like 1,000 times stronger than me in one way or another. So props to you.
Aw.
No, I'm being
Well,
dead
thank
serious.
you.
Being dead serious.
Thank you.
My
Thank
next
you.
question would be: is in a VTuber, we're in a society where I don't know the term normies don't understand it. Do you
Mm.
feel like society doesn't treat you fairly as other streamers or content creators?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I don't really talk about like deeply society or political things, but I will say that in this current time, at least for the United States, there's a very particular political climate that I feel like trickles down to the rest of the population, whether we like it or not. We
Right.
are unfortunately experiencing these things. And I feel like ultimately, for the last several years, there's been a really negative place on the internet and just in the world in general. I think what we unfortunately have promoted in the last couple of years, and not us directly, but just like there's a lot of promotion of negative, like closed-mindedness is the way that I want to say it.
That's
And
completely
so I
fair.
feel like, yeah, I feel like VTubing is one of those industries that like can help promote that open-mindedness, right? Because we are doing so many different things like the IRL events, but also like music. VTubers are this mix of like gaming and anime, and like there's kind of this like blend of backgrounds and various people that are doing these things, right?
Hmm.
And what's even more interesting is that it shouldn't matter what we look like. That's what VTubing is kind of about, right? Like
Exactly.
it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter what our background is per se, but like, we want to present ourselves in this way. We want to interact with people in this way, and that should be okay.
Hmm.
But we live in a climate where, because it's so closed minded, if you're just a little bit different, if you look a little different, then you don't belong here. It's kind of like the problem with where we're at right now as a country, I think.
Okay.
And so unfortunately that kind of trickles into social media as well. And so yes, because VTubing is still not a popularized, accepted aspect
Hmm.
of the world, of the industry, of the streaming world, people are very resistant to it, because it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you're different and that's gross. And there's all these like, bigger streamers who they create these like really negative connotations about VTubers that
Right.
are not great, because maybe they lost to Doki Bird in a tournament or who knows, but like they don't like VTubers for one reason or another, and so they're propagating really bad sayings about VTubers, and that's reaching their younger audience, of very, impressionable children essentially.
Yes.
And then those children are essentially spreading that and making that the negativity popular as well. It could be adults as well, of course, but it's just a lot of people, I think, it's easier to spread hate than to be open-minded in this current time.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, to go
Yeah.
back to what you said, I mean, I think the reason why I don't want to say society, 'cause I think that's generalized. That's a good point on you for that. I just say some people make a bad image because they're envious of the success that you guys have. Like a great example, Iron Mouse,
Mm.
right? You're raising
Hmm.
millions of dollars for people. Mono, like, was the biggest subscribed content creator on Twitch, and people were like, "Oh, it's not
Right.
fair. It's an AI. It's a person or
Yeah.
whatever." And I think that to your point, yeah, it just drives a bad image, which isn't cool. Because you guys are like,
Right.
you guys, they don't know who you are, they don't know what you do, and
Right.
all of the VTuber community as a whole, I think, can all get down on one banner that we're just people trying to express our
Yeah.
creativeness. And to your point as well,
Exactly.
like you don't have to show your face. And I personally believe it's not the person behind it's not the model, it's the person behind the model, like the personality,
Yeah.
how they are, how they
Hmm.
interact with their community, what community have they built, so on and so forth. So great points, Kōri.
Yeah.
Great, absolutely points. That's great. Great on you for that. And then my final one for you is, where have you seen yourself improve from, let's just say, last concert to this concert, or overall from your journey from day one, hitting that stream button, to now growing the community that you have, and now traveling around the world and breaking the
Ah.
dimension of VTubing into the IRL space? How have you
Mm.
seen yourself improve, and what achievements?
I think the way that I've seen myself improve the most is actually like believing in myself. I think ultimately a year ago, I questioned a lot of my journey. I questioned like myself, and
Hmm.
I doubted myself a lot. And I actually, made moves like producing the Isekai Las Vegas concert because I wanted to prove to myself out of everyone else that I mattered, and that my passions mattered as well, and that
Hmm.
they had a stage to be presented on. So
Right.
ultimately I feel like in this past year I've matured a lot more, like as a content creator for sure. I've learned a lot more about, hey, how can I best present myself, how do I want to the direction that I want to take, right?
Yep.
But I've also improved a lot as a person, as a human being, which I think is honestly even more important. Like I went through some really like lowest of lows last year, or in
Yeah,
2025.
I remember.
And
Yeah.
I Yeah, right, exactly. But I also had reached some of the highest of highs last year, and I
Hmm.
feel like I matured a lot in myself, and that I've figured out a little bit more on like how to heal from things. Like one of the big lessons I learned from last year is that it's okay if your healing process doesn't look the same every time. Like, and what I mean by that is one of the things that helped me heal the most from an event that happened last year was like, it's okay to say you're not ever going to heal from something. I know that sounds weird, but me ultimately saying like, hey, this really like traumatized me and I don't think I'll be able to like get over it the way that I normally would,
Right.
helped me to heal from that, because it's like it's okay to say that that's not, that the healing process isn't going to look the same every single time basically. And so that helped me a lot, I think, get through things last year. And then
Mm.
obviously like be able to gain more confidence in myself, remember that I have a voice, remember that I matter, and remember that I did build like a path for myself and a spotlight, I guess, for myself in this community, because I was constantly feeling like I was not deserving of one and kind of getting that like imposter syndrome, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, definitely gained a lot more confidence. Yeah.
Well, that is excellent, excellent, excellent. And again, guys, I want to let you guys know this is Kōri Oujo, the Trash Panda Ice Princess. Okay, she's currently she is partnered with Gamers. You can use code Kōri for 20% off your order, and helps her out to get more Taco Bell because she's obsessed with it. And,
Yeah.
and just to end things off before I hand over the mic to you is. Every VTuber is a person. There is a heart and a soul behind the model and the camera, and you do matter. And I say this to every single VTuber, big or small. Your existence, because I'm just gonna say this. I'm a Christian. The fact that God created you and we exist in the timeline where you exist, and He put you on this earth in the time that we are, and then you get the chance to meet you. And your whole like just existence being a flame to our wonderful VTuber world candle makes it a bit brighter every single day. So I want to
Yeah.
cheer you on and say that you do matter. You're an amazing person. You know, I know I don't get to hang out with you as much. You know, we both got lives. It's busy. But just keep going, Kōri. You're building yourself a great path, and you're eventually going to build yourself a mountain that you're going to be on top of soon.
Thank you. Thank you,
course.
Neo.
Of course. Now, is there anything you want to share with the world? What's good you got going on in your life, going on in your streams? Anything you want to promote or say before we end it off?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing that I want to say is that when I met Neo a year ago, and I think it was also at taiyucon, and I gave Neo a buff sticker, and Neo has a new one now because that one melted. You know, Neo was also figuring things out, like how I was. And so I'm very proud to be able to reconnect with Neo this year and see how far both of us have come and both of us has grown as people. And I agree. I think everybody, no matter your numbers, because I know like as VTubers and content creators, we can always get stuck behind that. At the end of the day, numbers do not define your value. You are valuable just as a human being, just as you are, and just as the way that you shine. And the numbers and all those things don't reflect that. You know what I mean? So I'm very thankful to have met so many wonderful people like Neo on this journey, and I'm wonderful. It's been wonderful to connect with people just as people, and that's what I love about this. So I'll keep doing IRL events. I hope to see more of my community and future community members at events, and hopefully I can continue to create safe spaces and positive spaces. Most importantly, at the conventions and the concerts that I host. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope to see some people at the Isekai Las Vegas concert in April. It'll be an amazing time. It's going to be very momentous, so I hope to see you there. And thank you so much, Neo, for lifting for your Oshis like myself. It inspires me to keep pushing on every day. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like I said, all my community, we train so that when you fall, we can pick you up. So we got you.
Heck
And
yeah.
also, to your
Heck
Isekai
yeah.
concert, reserve your free ticket. You can go check out Kōri. I'll leave her socials all down below. Go check her out. She's a wonderful human being. Go tune in to chat. Don't ask any questions with the toggles, okay? I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you, Kōri, so much.
Bye.
That was awesome. Thank you, James.